Every car, when it's brand new, comes with a maintenance book or book talking about the different features, and also includes a service schedule and information about the warranty. But regardless of whether it's a new car or a used car, there are two basic things to maintain in the car to preserve its life and make sure it's operational for you, and then on a side note, to keep it within the warranty if there is one. Because regular maintenance is required in order for there to be a warranty claim, absent other conditions. These two main things are the oil and the tires. Regular checking of the oil will ensure that you don't have an oil leak and that you're running out of oil, but then in addition to checking it, you need to have it changed. There were original guidelines, or previous practices were that every 3,000 miles you would have an oil change. It includes draining all of the oil out and putting all new oil in. However, with the advent of hybrid cars and different types of motors, they now say that there are different time frames, and some up to 6,000 miles you can go without having an oil change. So check with your manufacturer's book, check with your mechanic, and arrive at a regular schedule that you're going to follow. If you don't change the oil and it runs out, you don't check it and you don't change it, and it runs out, the motor will seize. And now you've bought a $5,000 to $6,000 problem, and that you've got to buy a new motor. So it's too easy to keep track of, to avoid that from happening. So hopefully you'll do that. And then if you check it regularly in between your oil changes to check the level, it's obviously going to be used up during the operation of the car, because the oil lubricates the moving parts. But if it is running, if it's too low on a consecutive basis, it means you have a leak, and you need to have that checked, because again, if you run out of oil, then the motor will seize. The next thing are the tires. There are different types of tires, and they wear differently. High performance tires are softer and they wear down faster because it's the friction of driving on the road. And when you turn corners, it wears off the tires on that side. So tires are supposed to be rotated, and that means they go from side to side and front to back. If you take it to the same place every time, then you'll be sure that they are rotating them and not just simply going back to front or front to back. They'll be able to keep it on a schedule, and that'll prolong the length of the life of the tires. When you buy tires, there are different mileage. You'll say these are 75,000 mile tires, or these are 50,000 mile tires. That's how long you can expect to drive on them. Where you buy the tires, they will often come with free rotation for the life of those tires, and then some may or may not include free or with a small charge. They will replace them if you get a bolt in them, or some road hazard ruins the tires, and then they will replace them for free. Now, once the tires are worn down to a certain level, a reputable place will not let you rotate the tires. They'll say these need to be, that's not going to help, and we're not going to charge you for it because it's not going to help. They're worn down, the tread is worn down enough, you need new tires. To check for yourself, you can use a penny and stick it into the tread, and if you're sticking it in the groove, and if the penny sticks in there and the bumped up parts of the tread don't reach the top of the head down, President Lincoln, don't even reach there, it's flat enough that it doesn't even get to his head, then you need new tires. So that's a little check for you. Then the next thing is something that's new with newer cars, is there are the electronic key fobs. You have keyless entry. And this doesn't, not when you have to punch in, some that you punch in on the side of the door, but these I'm talking about the actual separate little fob that you just touch the door, or you click on the automatic clicker. Now inside those, there is a key that'll actually open the door if it's not working, and then it also should start the car with the actual key that you pull out. Find out for your car, before that happens, where in the car the key would actually work, so that you know that in case of emergency. And then those batteries are going to wear down over time. The ones that are at home that you don't use all the time, that are your spare, and also the ones that you carry around with you. So each year you should take it in to the car dealership, or your regular mechanic may have this. There's a little machine, and they take the battery out, put it in a little machine, and it'll say whether the battery is good or not. And that way you can get it replaced, and it's free to do the test, and the battery's not very expensive. But again, you don't want it to happen when you're driving somewhere and all of a sudden it doesn't work. The next thing that I learned the hard way, I didn't even know this, and I don't think it was in the book at all. I went to a sporting event and had my key in a wallet on the ground, on the concrete, through the whole several hours of the game. It was a football game. Came out and couldn't get in the car. The battery got too cold. Just like your iPhone or some of your cell phones, if you leave it out in the car in the summer, it kind of torques it out, or in the winter. Same thing with this battery, and it won't work. So keep it in your pants, keep it in your purse, keep it fairly warm. But if you are and you have it somewhere where it's cold, that's why. Just warm it up and then it should work. So these are just little silly things, but it could save you some time and aggravation. So I hope it helps.